Hello my friends, it is me and the Butt on June 26th, 2019. It is 5 o'clock somewhere, as they say, so I'm having my first drink of the day. Nice rum and orange. Rum and orange has been my my writer's drink recently, although I prefer white rum. This is it's actually my friend Bran. My friend Bran has really been supporting my Ernest Hemingway style borderline alcoholism by supporting me with alcohol. He bought me a beautiful bottle of Mount Gay rum, which is oaked, so it doesn't go so great with orange juice, but I really like Mount Gay because obviously it's a Bond drink. He drinks that in Casino Royale. He drinks Mount Gay and soda. If you shove half a lime in there, it's actually really nice. Anyway, I am making this video today because I like to make videos every so often, just so like a year from now, 5 years from now, I can look back and see how I'm doing. How am I doing today? Things have been better. I mean, things have got better. I mean, things have been better, things have got better, things are getting better. That was very Stephen Fry. Okay, so, I think the last time I made a video, I probably was quite stressed out. I've noticed that a lot. This month has been bonkers. Just because it was... the whole thing with doing this writing and stuff like that is you have the lead time, and it takes 60 days before you get paid. And so my biggest problem, I keep going on about this, is the fact that if I write every single day, I slowly build up my income and I'm going to get exactly where I want to be. The problem is it takes 60 days to get paid out, and the problem is writing a 70,000 word novel isn't necessarily the quickest or easiest thing you could do. I'm a fast writer, I'm a good writer, I'm a tight writer. One of the best books that I've written actually took me 8 days, and I really enjoyed that. I've not been writing that fast recently, I think, because I'm kind of wandering off the beaten path with my books. I'm writing some books that maybe, it's funny with my biker series, I'm kind of being a bit experimental with these three, and I don't think that was a really smart idea, but I kind of had these stories I needed to tell. Anyway, so money has been tight this month, and the nice thing is, I think I said before, is I'm in a much better situation than I was last year. I'm in a situation where, as long as I'm willing to do the work, I can get the money, which is fantastic. So, you know, my wife said to me, like, oh my god, we have no money, what are we going to do? And I'm like, okay, well, I have a client I can do all this blogging for, and I, 3 days of 18-hour days, I got that. And then I work with a guy up in Canada who's one of the most awesome people. Really, really supported me last year through everything, and it's like, I was like, hey, can you pay me for this work I've done? He was like, sure. And it's just so amazing to have, so amazing to be able to hustle and bring in money. But hustling is not something you want to do long term. I think one of the things in America, and especially one of the things with this generation, is people glamorize the hustle. It's like, hey, you're hustling, you get up, you're grinding, and it's you don't want to be in that situation because you can't grind, you can't hustle all the time. And one of my problems in life is that I'm just constantly working. I think I've been saying, I tell everyone, oh yes, I get up at 4 in the morning, but the fact is I really do get up 4 in the morning these days, like every single day, and I don't nap, and I go through till the kids go to bed, and go to bed at like 11 or something, and it's fine, but it's not ideal. It's never ideal to not feel like you have enough money to get places, and it's never ideal to like always be busting your ass. So I think I mentioned before, I have a very specific game plan. Write my books, publish my books. Every time I publish my books, my residual income from my book sale goes up a little bit. As I said, it's like a snowball. It builds the more you work at it, but unfortunately it's a snowball going uphill. So if you stop with that momentum, it rolls backwards. And my problem is I've been hustling so much this month to just pay the short-term bills that I haven't been writing, and therefore my snowball was like slowing, and then suddenly it was like, oh. So I also noticed, this is this really interesting thing. I was getting really stressed, really, really miserable. And that was because I was hustling. And so one of the things I did is like, okay, I've only got so many hours in a day. I will put my writing projects on hold while I do my hustling. And I noticed every single day that I didn't write, my joy in my life deteriorated. And so now I've managed to clear the decks enough that I can start writing again, and it is really, really, really helping me out a lot. It's just, life just tastes better. Yesterday I wrote 7,000 words, which is really, really good. I think I've only written about 3,000 today. I want to try my hand at writing some more. I'll tell you bloody what though, and this is the thing that nearly drove me crazy last year. The kids are now off for the summer, which is fine. And unfortunately, because we hadn't set things up, we can't afford to send them off to camps and things like that. So they're at home, which is fine. And in fact, that's kind of nice. It's kind of nice being at home. It's kind of nice getting up in the morning and not having to worry about getting on the bus, stuff like that. The problem is, I have my writing to do, and you cannot write. You cannot write with kids running around. This is why I get up at 4 in the morning, because I get up at 4 in the morning, I get at least 2 hours of writing in before the kids get up. Assuming, like yesterday, my wife doesn't get up at 4 in the morning as well, and be like, oh, I couldn't sleep either, and starts trying to have a conversation with you, which is nothing. It's not that I don't like having a conversation with my wife, it's like when I write, I need to be in solitary confinement. I need to be away from all human contact. I don't want anyone to speak to me. I don't want anyone to text me. I don't want anyone to Facebook message me. I want to be in a cabin in the woods where the only access to the internet I have is to Google specific facts that are relevant to my story. And when you've got 3 kids, that's not easy. And I think I've definitely learned, the one thing I've learned is last year I blamed a lot of stuff on other people, and I was blaming the fact that I was always looking after the kids and always struggling to do things. I blamed a lot of my wife, and it's not fair to blame other people for things, because normally in life the situation that you're in is your own fault because you don't set boundaries, you don't explain what it is you want. But that's one of the frustrating things. So I don't know, the last couple of days I've definitely noticed things have been a little easier, and I think it really is a case of I need to take a step back, and instead of saying, hey, what needs to change so I can have my perfect scenario and do this, I need to be like, okay, nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to change, mate. If you want your things to happen, you just have to do them with the circumstances as they currently are. So that's what I'm tackling, and today I would think is a good day for that. I want to go and write some more. So we'll see. But yeah, the definite thing that I really like is the fact that I know what to do. I just need to write and publish, and I become more successful with my money coming in. The challenge is actually writing and actually publishing at a time, during a time frame that makes sense. And I guess this is just something I just have to work at. I just have to work at it. I just have to be super disciplined and manage my time and things like that. And it's really tough because, like today, I got up at 4 in the morning and I did a lot of writing, and then I had to do some blogging, and then I had to do some emails, and I had to do a lot of other stuff. And it's just bad because, I got up at 4 in the morning. My kids woke up at 6:30, 7, and they were just playing on video games. It's a beautiful sunny day, it's summer, and I mean, I can't get up from the computer and go and play with them or take them outside, because if I don't do this work, we don't have the money coming in to pay the bills. But I feel like a terrible parent if I just let my kids play video games, and it's not good for them. You can see my eldest he gets argumentative and mean, and you can tell it's just too much video game time. He needs to go outside, he needs to do exercise, he needs to do creative stuff. I mean, they all do. But the problem is that's a full-time job, and bringing in my hustle to pay the short-term bills is also a full-time job. And being a novelist at the level that I am is also a full-time job. And then you've got to walk this stupid butt. And the house is a mess. And it's like I have 4 or 5 full-time jobs. And the problem is I can just about keep my head above water, but I can't reach the level where I want to be in any of them. I feel like a terrible parent because I'm not spending all the time with my kids. I'm feeling like a shitty entrepreneur because I know, and I have previously made the amount of money I need to, but I'm not there now because I'm not being able to do the work. I feel like a shitty person for not hustling enough to mean we have abundance in our short-term goals. It's really difficult. It is really, really freaking difficult. And you know what? This is one of the benefits of making these videos, because just saying that, I think I had that bottled up inside, and it just felt really cathartic to let it out and just be like, oh my god, yeah. It all sucks. Doesn't suck as much as it used to, but it sucks. So I just have to tackle that. I just have to get on top of that and do it. And it just feels like I am swimming uphill. Can you swim uphill? You can't swim uphill. It just feels like I'm climbing a mountain all the time, and every time I get somewhere there are 2 steps back. But I don't know. What can you say? Quote Churchill, keep buggering on. Quote Churchill again. If you go through hell, keep going. Quote my old boss, Gordon Drummond, the only way out is through. To quote someone I saw on the internet, when you play a video game and it starts getting more difficult, that means you're going in the right direction. So, there we go. I know I'm going in the right direction. And I mean, to be honest, I think one of the things that's really, I know this has been going on for 12 minutes, and I just have to, for me, this is going to be good in a year's time. I'm not expecting anyone to watch this. Okay, for me, the important thing, the biggest challenge is, and I think I mentioned this earlier in this video, it's the writing. I need to write every single day. As long as I write every single day, it makes everything better. As long as I write every single day, it makes everything better. Even if I only write 1,000 words. Or yesterday I wrote 7,000 words. I don't know. But as long as I write every single day, it makes things better. And I need to remember that. And it's not just a case of it makes me feel better. But it does. It really does. It's a case of my writing is my path to the life I want. So I need to write for that reason. There are just so many reasons why I need to write, and there are just so many challenges going up against that. But I guess that's the thing. That's the thing. And I need to make stupid videos like this where I can actually tell myself that. I can say, Roland, hello, Ginger, you need to write. That is your primary purpose, your primary objective. Your day is wasted if you do not write. I've had a lot of wasted days recently. Yeah. So I'm about to wrap this up. I will say the other thing that I find, the other thing that's been interesting and challenging is the people around me just don't get it. They just don't get, especially my wife, she just does not get it. It's like writing is this amazing thing. I mean, like yesterday when I wrote 7,000 words. I mean, I think I wrote this 7,000 words before even like 9 o'clock in the morning. And I mean, I had a ton of other hustles that I needed to do that day, so I was very, very busy with work. But it was like, the thing that's really exciting to me is I love to write. I love to tell these stories. And I got up at 4 in the morning and I wrote, and then I did the 7,000 words or something, but it was joy to me. Like, it doesn't feel like working. It's just amazing. And I'm like, Ronald, if you can just bang this shit out for 3 months, you could do that and nothing that, and that could be your life. And you can have the life that you want to have. And that's what you need to do. You could do the thing you love and have the life you love. And you could have it quicker than you can possibly freaking imagine. I really see that. I'm thinking back to last year. This is really interesting because last year I had just sold my writing business, and I had, no, not my writing business, my review business, and I had like I had things planned out for a couple of months, and I was halfway through a book, and it was actually, yes, the day before yesterday was the anniversary of me stopping that book, writing another book. Just as I was like, oh, I'll pop this novella out, it'll be fun, and then it ended up being a 60,000 word book, and then I published it, and that was the book that changed everything. It was the 5th to the 10th of July 2018 was when I published a book, and it just exploded, and then I was like, whoa. You know what? Things change on Amazon. They change the goalposts, they move the goalposts, but that's what I need to do. If I can just get one book, have the same traction as that book did last year, then like me saying, oh, in 3 months I have to do this, I could turn around so much quicker. And then I don't know. This is feeling good. This is feeling good, me like explaining this and verbalizing this. In fact, this is feeling good because it's making me think that, my game plan, maybe my game plan is too pedestrian. I need to really focus on going bigger and bolder and becoming and reaching that same level that I did last year, and just building that. Instead of having like one book that was super successful, another book that was like reasonably successful, and other books that like were pretty successful, I need to have one book that's really successful, then another book that's really successful, and then keep building on that. And I can do that. I can do that. I have every single thing that I need, except doing it. Yeah. And I will wrap up this stupidly long video by saying, I don't know, part of me is like, is the reason I haven't done this because of my domestic situation, having to look after the kids, having to do all my short-term hustles to pay the bills, or is it all like a mental block that I'm just using these things as excuses? You know what, I think to a certain extent it is. I look yesterday I did a ton of meaningful work projects that brought in the short-term income. I wrote 7,000 words. So maybe I just need to accept that nothing's going to change. I just need to learn to adapt to my surroundings and achieve what I need to achieve with the circumstances that I currently have. And in that way, in 3 months, I can change those circumstances. Yeah. You know what? Verbalizing that out loud, that actually helped. That helped too. Right. Yeah. There we go. Ginger. Message for you from the past, since as soon as I record this, this goes into the past. You need to focus on writing every single day. And you need to focus on doing what you need to do in the circumstances that you are currently in. You need to stop wasting time and emotion on feeling sorry for yourself and feeling frustrated with your situation, because your situation is what your situation is, mate. If you want to get out of that situation, you need to write every day. It's as simple as that. Write every day, and in 3 months, sky is the limit. Yeah. I've got this. I can do this. I can more than do this. I can knock this out of the park. Last year I sat in front of that fake log fire and I said, this time next year, who knows what I'm going to be sitting in front of, but it will be somewhere very different in a positive way. And I believe that. Now halfway through the year, I still believe that. Right, I'm gonna knock it off, see if I can get something done, but cheers. Here's to you guys. You guys is probably just me, but cheers. Keep buggering on, write every damn day, and let's see how quickly we can turn this into our dreams. Ciao.